I really don't understand what's going on and why people who are the most vulnerable of us in our society, those with developmental issues, are being neglected in the worst ways possible. And this is another story. I think we've had like 3 or 4 of these in a row that have come across our email account. So I thank you guys who send the emails, send me these stories to the news websites. But let me tell you guys about this story and why this woman looks like she came out of a microwave. Let me give you guys the fair usage before I get to talking too reckless. Some viewers may find the following content offensive and controversial. The information in this video comes from multiple sources, including court records, official police charges, news web articles, and interviews. This video commentary also contains my personal opinions about the facts of this story. The point is to use this story as a cautionary tale in hopes of preventing tragedies like these to children going forward. Viewer discretion is advised. That is your official disclaimer. Indeed it is. And I'm getting this information from local12.com. So thank you for the article. And again, why this woman literally looks like somebody took her hair and did the Devo and did the whip it. Whip it good. Into shape. Shape it up. Get it straight. Move ahead. It's not too late. I'm sorry, Tommy. If you're out there listening, bro, I had to do it. It literally looked like this woman was pulled out of a blow dryer too early, like somebody dumped her into a dryer and just said, "Ding, fries are done. Ding, fries are done," like Peter Griffin would say. Ma'am, you just look like you could have licked your hand and like fixed that, like wiped it all to one side or something. I don't know why she looking like Who Shot John and why. But let me get off of that. A Hartwell couple is accused of harming the woman's developmentally disabled child. So if y'all are wondering why I'm cracking so many jokes, I want y'all to think about who they hurt. Think about them first before you get mad at me for talking about her looks. She hurt a child who couldn't speak for himself, nor defend himself, nor be able to take care of himself. This child was developmentally disabled. Okay? Assistant Prosecutor David Wood said officers were called to the couple's home Sunday for an unruly child. They talked to a caretaker at the home who provided them with video of the alleged assault and photos of the 17-year-old's victim's injuries. Wow. Wood said Precious Mitchell sat on her daughter while... I don't know if y'all remember this. Like, we used to have a slew of stories coming in about parents, and they were mainly black parents. I don't know if this is I've never heard of, at least in my time of growing up, I never heard of parents sitting on children as a punishment, putting your big stinking unclean underwear, ass wearing self and sitting on somebody. Kind of like, that's not punishment. That's just dumb. Like, you got to be like a brown or a blue and a box of crayons to be that damn not bright. I was about to say slow, but that'd be slower than a bottle of molasses. She sat on her daughter while Vincent Mitchell, are they calling him the father? So it must be mom's boyfriend. While the couple, Vincent, slapped the girl and poured olive oil on her head as if he were doing an exorcism. He also allegedly called her a demon. Vincent Mitchell is also accused of choking the teen and threatening to kill her. What do you want to bet that there was probably something sexual going on also? I'm just going to throw that out there, as I can almost guarantee you if he was willing to do this, he was probably willing to do more. An officer later spoke with a representative at Children's Hospital who said they've been involved in care of the victim for 4 years and that there's a record of a pattern showing neglect and abuse towards the teen. The attorney for Precious Mitchell said her daughter attacked her and she had to restrain her. The attorney called the daughter's mental health issues severe. Police also been called to the home 72 times in the past few months. Said would, but he did not care to say, but would not say who was calling the police. 72 times. If y'all can, please type that in the live chat. If y'all are in the live chat, type the number 72. I almost said word. The number 72. 72 times they were called. Vincent Mitchell faces assault and domestic violence charges. A judge ordered him to be held on a $10,000 bond. I think it should have been higher, but Precious Mitchell is being charged with child endangering, and her bond was set at $1,000. That'd be $100, and she'd get out. And this was her daughter, and she allowed her daughter to be punished and participated in it. Don't y'all think that's weird? It's your daughter. $1,000 bond. If nothing else, if you're going to give him a $10,000 bond, her bond should have been $10,000 too. The charges should be equal. I'm thinking they're messing this up in this case. Let me give you guys the fair usage. I'm going to try my best to keep this short. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. You guys will listen to the story. Leave your comments and let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that the judge is getting this right? Because I think they're getting it wrong. I think they're starting off on a bad note by treating them differently when it comes to their bond charges, how they're charging them. I think if anything, if somebody's going to get a worse charge, it should be the mom for perpetuating this to happen to her own daughter. Let's go.
At 5, a Hartwell couple is under arrest accused of hurting the woman's developmentally disabled daughter.
Mike Shell is following this story. Joins us live with the latest.
Yeah, Rob, we're on Galbraith Road near the Drake Center. Behind me is the Williamsburg condominiums and the Vistas apartment complex. An assistant Hamilton County prosecutor says police have been called to the home a total of 72 times over the last few months. The latest alleged incident happened around 10:30 last night at the home in the 2500 block of Washington Circle when police got a call for an unruly child. Police say 43-year-old Precious Mitchell was taking care of the teen victim when her husband and the girl's stepfather, 58-year-old Vincent Mitchell, began yelling in the teen's face, choking her, and saying that he was going to kill her. According to the police report, Precious Mitchell made no attempt in telling her husband to leave the room or walk away. Both appeared in court this morning, and Assistant Hamilton County Prosecutor David Wood said Precious Mitchell sat on her daughter while Vincent Mitchell slapped the girl and poured olive oil on her head as if he was doing an exorcism. According to the police report, Vincent Mitchell also choked the victim and called the 17-year-old a demon. Vincent Mitchell is charged with assault and domestic violence. Precious Mitchell is charged with child endangering. Vincent.
Other news today, a husband and wife appear in court today accused of hurting their 17-year-old developmentally disabled daughter. Court documents say that her stepfather, Vincent Mitchell, struck, choked, and threatened to kill the teen. Her mother, Precious Mitchell, is accused of using corporal punishment and restraining her for long periods of time. One deputy describes the incident reported.
This defendant sat on her child and allowed the stepfather to slap and pour olive oil all over the victim's forehead and face and acted as if he was doing an exorcism, calling the child a demon. And officers had video of the abuse. Injury marks to the victim's cheek, ear, neck, chin.
Police have been called to this house 72 times in recent months. The judge set a $1,000 bond for Precious Mitchell, charged with child endangerment. Vincent Mitchell is held on a $10,000 bond. He faces assault and domestic violence charges. The couple cannot talk to or see the victim, and they will reappear on April the 6th.
I don't think they should have access to this child, this person who's going to be an adult pretty soon. I don't think they should be able to communicate with them ever again. So whoever this 17-year-old developmental disabled person is that they don't ever have access with them again. I think that should be the fair judgment.
Other news today, a husband and wife appear in court today accused of hurting their 17-year-old developmentally disabled daughter.
So we'll go ahead and cut it right there. So again, in my opinion, I think that the charges should be equal. They both equally participated. They both knew what was going on. They both chose to do the wrong thing. I think they both should face the same outcome when it comes to trial and when it comes to court and what that ends up being as far as jail time. But we can clearly see it's already starting off on a bad precedence. But leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. What should the appropriate punishment be? Am I being too harsh? Should they both get years in prison? Because I think they should. You know, if you don't want to be a parent, being a parent is a choice. You don't have to be there. But don't do that to these kids, man. But leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you.